Good evening, everyone. My name is Danielle Phillips, and I'm a health educator, and I'm here to discuss the dangers of teen driving and why we need stricter regulations and policies on this. I will never forget this day in high school, the day that I was told our friend, our fellow classmate, Sarah Howard, had passed away in a car accident. Homecoming week, sophomore year. It was a very sad day for all of us, for the whole community. You got to understand, Lake City, Florida, Columbia County, very tight knit. Everyone knows everyone. Sarah was known for her smile and her long, gorgeous, beautiful hair. She had such a sweet personality. People understand that night of homecoming, it was night number 2. We were all out building our floats for the parade later that week. And she left with some friends, and another group left with some friends, and they collided with each other on the road. She was not wearing her seatbelt and was thrown from the vehicle. She was resuscitated by police officers on the scene, but she never made it to the hospital. She was life-flighted and passed away on the way due to her injuries. 5 others of our fellow classmates were injured that night. No one cares who did what. It was the fact that it did happen. She did die, and our friends and family were hurt. People have to understand that driving as a teenager can be dangerous. Teenage driving is very dangerous if you don't even realize it. 16 to 19-year-olds have the highest risk of getting in a car crash. That is a lot of our population right now. Car accidents are the number one killer. The number one. Not cancer, not heart disease, nothing else. Car crashes. Number one killer of teenagers in the United States. This is an issue. In 2015, 3,327 teens loaded up in their cars and never returned home. They died. Distracted driving can cause someone to miss 50% of the environment around them. That means that they could hit a deer, your friends, your family, your husband, or even your wife. This could be caused by cell phone, radio, other passengers in the car. Distracted driving is a very big killer in the United States and a very big cause of car accidents. Teens are more likely to be in a car accident if there are more passengers in the vehicle. So 1 passenger, 2 passengers, 3 passengers, the more in the vehicle, the more likely they're supposed to be in a car accident, statistically wise. People don't understand how much accidents cost money. Just teen car accidents alone does not include the elderly, middle-aged adults, any other age group, but just teen car accidents alone cost the economy $10 billion annually in 2013. And that was just 2013 alone. That does not include all the other years. Seatbelts. Seatbelts save lives. There's a famous saying amongst used by lots of states, click it or ticket. Many states have seatbelt laws, but teenagers are the lowest report of seatbelts. In 2015, 61% said they use seatbelts. As a teenager, I would never let anyone in my car unless they wore a seatbelt. Speeding. Teenagers are more likely to speed than any other age group. They're still learning. They don't understand the repercussions of it yet. But they have to understand that it can not only get them a traffic ticket, but it could lose their life. The state of New Jersey driving age is 17, and they have reported fewer accidents. People believe it is because of this. People think, okay, we could increase the driving age. Teenagers are more mature, even just a year. They're more mature and their brains are better developed. So, I've given you an example of what New Jersey has done, but what else could you do? Policy-wise. So stricter policies. Allowing no phones in the car. Georgia and California only allow hands-free devices. Other states will not even allow teenagers to use a phone in the car. The state of Florida allows no texting. Other states allow teenagers to not have passengers in the car, since passengers do increase the risk of car accidents of teenagers. Some states, such as New Jersey, have raised the age to 17. And then other states, including the state I'm from, Florida, has gradual licensure after 1 year. I got my license, or learner's permit, as we call it there, at 15. I was able to drive on my own at 16. Now, I was very aware of the repercussions of driving because of what I had experienced at such a young age. But others do not. And gradual licensure allows teenagers to gain experience with other experienced drivers. It allows them to be given tips, and it tends to reduce the car accident rate of what I've been told. So what's the pros and cons of enacting these stricter laws? So here's the good things that come from enacting these laws. Increased safety. Our teenagers are less likely to be in a car accident. Decreased deaths, which increases happy friends and family. And so increased revenue. If there's less accidents, as they say, $10 billion I've spent on accidents. Well, if we don't have to spend that much, definitely going to be some increased revenues in the pockets of families and in insurances. And then, of course, the pros is that the police enforcement of the regulations will be put into place. So if we don't enact this, what's going to happen? Well, more deaths and more accidents of teenagers is going to occur. There will be more sad friends and family. And of course, if we do enact it, we'll have to spend money in the education of law enforcement so that they understand the proper regulations and enforcement of the law. So I ask you to join me and to allow us to enact these policies and to develop them and to help them become nationwide in all the states so that our teenagers can come home to friends and to family and to be happy once again. Here are my references from the Center of Disease Control, News4JAX out of Jacksonville, Florida, the National Safety Council, and an article from CBS News on state regulations of laws on teen driving. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful evening.